Okay, so here is the app. I won't tell you how many takes this is on, but um, so we can drag and drop files here. Hopefully, app nice and clean, nice and simple. Drag and drop files here. We can choose a file and then set it with the appropriate data license. So we can choose UDL, for instance, and that will tag it with the appropriate tags, meaning it can legally be used in that way. And then we click upload. I have to sign the transaction. I've logged in with Ethereum already. And then it's uploaded. So what we can do for devs amongst us that want to inspect what we've done, we can take that transaction ID and then put it in arweave.net. And we will, all being well, just come here, download that data. So here it is. That's the SVG, meaning we've got access to that. So let's try again just with another one, and we will encrypt it. So we can encrypt the data here. This is using a protocol called LIT. So this means that we set conditions for how we encrypt and decrypt that data. So for now, it's just set that only I can decrypt it, but we could do things such as people of a certain watt score, which we'll go into, can decrypt it, or particular groups or those that are in a particular NFT collection, for instance. But we really want to focus on the kind of the weight of what's being stored, and the weight of using that within the system. So the encryption part is a real cool, nice to have, but we really want to focus on the ability for content creators to take control of the way that their data is stored and monetized, and then the network or some kind of AI, in this case, anything potentially, and I suppose the Arweave network generally, can be fueled by the watt in order to understand the relevance and the weight of that data. So I'll sign that one again, and that's now uploaded. So now we can see if I take this transaction. Okay. And this one I've downloaded here is encrypted. So we can store private data and have it able to only be accessed under certain conditions. But what's really interesting is what's happening under the hood, which is that we're actually imprinting as a tag the watt score of the individual that is storing the data. So that's really the fuel here that we want to emphasize, that not just storing data and tagging it with a UDL, but emphasizing a quantitative way of measuring, and so a way that the computer can understand, a way of distilling down the quality of the person in terms of the creative output of what they're storing and what they then own into Arweave, so that the people that are sourcing Arweave can not just tag things by a type, so say this is a woman with a red dress, for instance, but by the weight and relevance of the data. So we really want to fuse the data that's being stored with quantitative meaning and reputational weight and scoring. So I want to just quickly show you the code. I know this is getting a bit long, so I'll make it quick. So what an indication of what we're doing there is we are the watt is translated through an ERC20 token. So this is a collection of different inputs of a variety of sources that then are amalgamated through AI in order to determine the creative output of